Last week we had the return of Star Wars Rebels with the Season 3 premiere, Steps into Shadow. This week we received the official synopsis for the next episode, Holocrons of Fate, as well as a clip, which will feature the return of Maul to Rebels. Of course, last we saw Maul was in the finale of Season 2, where he attempted to claim Ezra as his dark side apprentice and succeeded in blinding Kanan. As well as stills, we also received a new clip for the episode with Maul and Hera in Kanan's quarters within the ghost ship. In this video, we will be breaking down the stills, the new information, and the clip, but if you haven't seen the first episode, I recommend doing so before watching the video, and I will give you a few seconds to click off if you haven't seen it yet. So in the first episode of the season, Kanan gifted the Bendu the Sith Holocron after a short lesson, where the Bendu attempted to show Kanan his blindness was not as crippling as he perceived, and that he could use his other senses, as well as the Force, to compensate for his lack of sight. For starters, on the new episode, the synopsis said this: when Maul takes the crew of the Ghost hostage, Ezra and Kanan must recover an ancient Sith artifact to save them. So the synopsis doesn't give us much info, and we know by the trailer for Season 3, as well as some of the stills we received, Ezra and Kanan do get the Holocron back from the Bendu. Through some of the new stills, we can tell a few things. For starters, the images we see with Maul and the rest of the Ghost crew appear to be within the Ghost itself, and Maul hanging from the ceiling suggests he may have ambushed them and caught them off guard. Obviously, by the other screenshots, we can tell he was successful in apprehending them. In the clip with Maul and Hera, Hera brings Maul into Kanan's quarters in the Ghost ship, while he is searching for the Sith Holocron, and while he is unable to find it, he does learn Ezra took it, and also finds Kanan's Jedi Holocron that his master gave him before her death. In the stills, we also see other shots of Maul with the Ghost crew within the Ghost, including one with all of them in restraints with his droids holding them hostage. Also in the clip, we see Maul attempts to look through Hera's mind for information similar to Vader or Kylo Ren, although they were more keen on using it as a torture method as well, actually harming a subject's psyche by running amok in their own mind. Maul is doing something similar, although it appears as if he extracts the information quite painlessly and without using more force like we see with Kylo and Poe in The Force Awakens. We also learn here somehow Maul has discovered Kanan's real name, Caleb Doom, as he took Kanan as an alias to more effectively hide after Order 66, as he was a Jedi. Moving on to the images of Kanan and Ezra with the Bendu, if you look in the background, you can see the spiders the Bendu used to teach Kanan in the first episode. As a side note, it appears as if the Bendu is gifted with beast control, as all the other times we have encountered the spiders, they have been highly aggressive, but with the Bendu, they seem more subdued. This may also explain why the Bendu has a convor with him as well. By some of the other screenshots surrounding this scene, it looks as if Kanan shows Ezra what the Bendu taught him earlier, as I assume Ezra draws his lightsaber due to the spiders being nearby. We actually saw in Season 2 Ezra attempt to use beast control on a spider, but failed. Maybe here the Bendu may show both master and apprentice how to better use it, although the Sith Holocron is in play here as well. This scene is evidently linked with a line we got in the trailer where the Bendu says, "Once a secret is known, it cannot be unknown." This is a reference to the information within the Sith Holocron, which supposedly holds the secret to destroying the Sith, with of course the reigning Sith of the time being Vader and Sidious. We can also see some screenshots that we saw in a clip a few weeks back, where Maul again attempts to kill Kanan, although we know he does not succeed. And for one of the last images, we again see Kanan with his lightsaber drawn, and if you look in the corner, you can see the remains of one of Maul's security droids, of course showing us Kanan has destroyed it. And finally, two images of Ezra and Maul on the bridge, where we can see them attempting to what looks to be melding the Jedi and Sith Holocron together. As we can tell by the recent clip, Maul is using Kanan's Holocron in conjunction with the Sith Holocron. So those are the images as well as the clip. A lot of great stuff to look forward to in the next episode. By some of the audio in the end of the Season 3 trailer, we see Ezra and Maul opening both Holocrons, and then audio following of Ezra saying the key to destroy the Sith, which was connected to the scene with Ezra and Maul on the bridge. This may indicate we could find out soon what this key really is. A lot of stuff to get excited over. For me, the highlights being Maul using the Force to pull the information from Hera's mind, which is an impressive feat, and one of the most impressive Force feats we have seen by Maul so far. This of course going along with that Maul was always a stunning duelist, but his use of the Force was often to use to supplement that, and with the Clone Wars and now Rebels, he is developing more power with his abilities with the Force, as well as his dueling prowess, which is great to see. And of course the other highlight being the likelihood that we could find out the secret to destroying the Sith that the Holocron holds, and I'm interested to see what the pairing of the Jedi Holocron has to do with this. It's also quite intriguing because we know none of these characters actually succeed in destroying the Sith, and that Vader actually fulfills his destiny by destroying the Emperor and inadvertently himself. So I will be curious to see what the Holocron holds, and if it is in reference maybe indirectly to Vader's future sacrifice in Return of the Jedi. Anyway, that was my breakdown. Tell me below what you are most intrigued by from the teaser that we got. As a side note, I've decided only to do breakdowns and reviews for the big episodes of Rebels that really impact the universe overall and change the course of the story. Season 3 is looking really great so far, with a lot of the more kid-friendly moments looking to be taking a backseat as our characters become older and more battle-scarred, so I am so far really liking the tonal shift that I think came with Twilight of the Apprentice and the events of that episode. So tell me what you think is happening in a lot of these scenes, and what are you most excited to see in this new episode or season overall? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related. If you have any lore topics or questions you want answered, do not hesitate to tweet them at me at StupendousWave on Twitter or leave a comment and I will try my best to answer or make a full video dedicated to that topic. Thanks again for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.